Hello and welcome to this week's Live, Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. In this week's show, Lee from Prime UK Band will be chatting to Simon from the Simpletones barbershop choir, and he also created the global sensation, otherwise known as the virtual choir. And as usual, we'll have plenty of homegrown music by local bands. Let's kick things off from a taster from Harry Pentony's new solo project, Sense of Clarity.
Everything clearly, my thoughts can't breathe, they're never around me, and I'll sit back and pass the time. One take, no trace, did it consume me? Beside tonight, forever unhinging. Let the night control the mind. Forever a mission, not when we're owned by the solution. It gives a sense of clarity, and we'll glide through this, embrace the feeling. I'm not running away no more, no. And I'm free to see and to heal. Don't take it away. Without it, I'm ready to kneel. It's the truth you'll see. I'll forever be needing a sense of this clarity, and I'm free to see and to heal. My mind in front of me. Floating, going in any direction, shrugging untroubled, don't give me attention. Save it for another night, and we'll glide through this, embrace the feeling. I'm not running away no more, no. And I'm free to see and to heal. Don't take it away. Without it, I'm ready to kneel. It's the truth you'll see. I'll forever be needing a sense of this clarity, and I'm free to see and to heal. My mind in front of me.
That was Sense of Clarity by Harry Pentony and his solo project. Of course, Harry is also well known for playing lead guitar in various bands. Currently, his latest band is Our City Fires. Of course, we interviewed young Harry a couple of months ago now on this very show. If you'd like to hear the interview or any other shows, just check out musicinleicester.co.uk and you'll find all the podcasts down the right-hand side. Now I think it's about time for a little bit of Jesse Wright Band. Now this song is called Can Zamar, that's spelt X-A-M for mother, M for mother, A-R. Having Googled it, I found out it is actually a place in Spain, and I know that Jessie Wright herself does actually come from Spain, so there we go. Let's listen to the lyrics and see if we can find out what it's all about. That was Can Zamar from the awesome Jessie Wright and her band. We're now going to have a song by Prime UK Band, who is Lee's band. That's Lee who does our interviews. He's the front man of Prime, and apparently they've got an announcement coming out on March the 6th, so can't wait for that. But meanwhile, here's To Be or Not To Be. That was Prime UK Band and To Be or Not To Be, with Lee on the vocals there. And now it's that time of the show where we're going to hear Lee chatting to Simon, who is in the Simpletones, who are a barbershop choir, which are absolutely fantastic when you see them live. I've seen them at many festivals over the years. Absolutely great stuff. They're real showstoppers, they are. But now he's, as well as being in the Simpletones, he's created his own virtual choir, which is very relevant to today's situation where everybody's Zooming. But before we hear from Lee and Simon, we'll hear a song by the Simpletones, and here's a retake of the classic Englishman in New York, barbershop style. Dum 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 dum
You drink coffee, I take tea, my dear. Like my toast done on one side. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. See me walking down Fifth Avenue, walking Keenan at my side. Take it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Manners making manners, someone said. He's a hero of the day. Takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Honesty, propriety, you lead to notoriety. You can end up as the only one. Gentleness, sobriety, rare in this society. Now the candle's brighter than the sun. 1, 2, 3. Takes more than combat gear to make a man. Takes more than a license for a gun. Potential enemies, avoid them when you can. A gentleman will walk but never run. If manners make it manners, someone said. He's a hero of the day. Takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Be yourself, no matter what they say.
We are live, local and loud. I'm Lee Hare, and today you've just heard the track by the Simpletones, which is their version of An Englishman in New York. And I'm here today with the brainchild of that, Simon Lebowski, of the collective choir as well. How are you today, Simon? You well?
Yeah, not too bad at all, mate. Not too bad. Nice to be talking to you.
Pleasure to have you on the show today. So we're here to discuss the collective choir, that you've got an anniversary show coming up very shortly. You've been doing that for 1 year. If you want to tell our listeners what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a music teacher, and I take kind of choirs and do quite a lot of singing. So I'm a musical director of like a men's barbershop choir, and I take a community choir, and I do lots of kind of singing is my thing, really. Obviously, when kind of coronavirus rolled around, everything was cancelled. You can't be singing. Obviously, early on in kind of COVID-19, obviously singing was identified as like super spreader, and if you sing, like, it's really bad. And so all singing got cancelled. All the concerts I'd booked a concert on my birthday that got cancelled, and there was loads of stuff. Just everything got cancelled. So one of my friends said, "Well, why don't you do one of those virtual choirs?" And it was like in I sound like Jeremy Clarkson when I say this, like, how hard can it be? It's like, how hard can it be to do a virtual choir? So, yeah, we set up the collective, just put it out on Facebook initially, and just said, does anyone want to, at the time, it wasn't even called the collective, it was called Big Size Virtual Choir. I was told that name was pants, so I was told to change it. So we put it out on Facebook, and surprisingly, like 300 people signed up, some people I didn't even know. So we had to get a team together, and it's kind of grown from there really. And I think we've had about 3,000 sign up now, so from I think 40 countries. So yeah, it's been absolutely ridiculous. So
Fantastic. And what was your first applicant from abroad? Then did that come pretty quickly, or did that just grow with word of mouth kind of thing?
Yeah, it was kind of word of mouth. I think because I sing that type of music, and Simpletones are kind of slightly known as a barbershop quartet, even though we don't really sing proper barbershop. But I sing kind of barbershop, which is kind of it has a very intense group of followers, does barbershop, of the type of a cappella music that is barbershop. So the barbershoppers who kind of signed up for that from this country, I think kind of shared after the first couple of rehearsals. I think they shared with their kind of American friends. Obviously barbershop's an American art form, so shared with those kind of friends, and then it was just spread by word, I think. And I think everyone was looking for something at that point. Like they'd all lost out on their singing groups and choirs and things, and I think people just were wanting something. I mean, we want to do something a bit different. We were very community focused. Like what I miss out from singing actually is, oddly enough, not just the singing. It's kind of the community, like the socializing. Do you know what I mean? It's not just the music. A lot of virtual choirs, you kind of record yourself, send it to an email address, and they put it all together, and you never meet the people you sing with. You never know who they are. You might send a video in and you'll be stood next to someone in a different country you've never spoken to, never met, and it's all kind of, for me, quite impersonal. Lovely, but impersonal. So we did everything through Zoom. Absolutely everything. We set up on Zoom, set up loads of rehearsals. I think we've run about 3,500-4,000 rehearsals on Zoom, like sectionals and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's all very community based, and it's been marvelous.
That's impressive, and I suppose it's a great thing for people to get involved in during lockdown and things like that, when they're feeling a little bit isolated from everything, and it's just a different way of.
Yeah. It's been, I mean, we set it up from like free. I mean, we're still running now. We're working towards our kind of year anniversary, and it's always been free. It's been free. Anyone can sign up. Anyone can kind of join in. One of our kind of mantras is kind of do what you can when you can. So we've had some people who've unfortunately lost family members either to illness or COVID and whatever, and they've obviously had to take a step back, and they've come back in, or they've continued singing through it. So the community aspect of it has been massive with people, and there's people have had babies and people have got married, and yeah, so all through just this kind of really odd virtual choir, which wouldn't have existed had it not been for kind of coronavirus, which is, again, it does not outweigh any of the negatives, but it is a nice thing that there is some positives can come from all the problems.
Very bittersweet in a way, like you said.
Definitely.
Well, we're going to play a track now that is actually by the youth chorus that you've put together with the collective as well, and this is a song by The Weeknd called Blinding Lights, and we'll talk about this track in a second.
Show me how to love.
We are live, local and loud. I'm Lee here from Prime UK Band, and I'm with Simon today from the Collective Chorus, and that particular track was by the Youth Chorus. How did you put that together? Was that like after? I presume that was after you'd established the adult one.
Yeah, it was a little bit. It was a few months in. I think it was about. We started Main Collective about March, and I think when we got to about June, July time, we started a song. Actually, it was we did "You Got a Friend in Me" from Toy Story, was one of our songs that we did with the collective. And after that, we kind of realised that actually there was like a lot of these people had kind of children, and there was obviously, I'm a music teacher, secondary school music teacher, so we had children involved in collective, but we kind of thought we could give them a better job by doing something that was kind of bespoke for them, knowing that young people like things in a certain way. Also, they're quick at learning, they're really fast, you have to give them songs so quickly. So we set up the Youth Chorus with some of the music team from the Main Collective. And that's been we got singers from 4 continents, so we've got singers from 4 continents on that. We've got
wow. So did that kind of start with your local students and then build out again, or was it the kids of the people that you were?
Oddly enough,
by
this point we had quite a lot of American and Canadian singers by this point, adult singers, and thankfully quite a lot of them were, because a few music teachers there actually who sped it through to their students. So we had to kind of choose one of our first sessions was 11 a.m. UK time on a Sunday, but we hadn't remembered and thought that that's 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we had, I think, 6 American singers turn up and had got out of bed at 4:45 a.m. to turn up for a 5 a.m. rehearsal, which is when it was kind of a little bit like, oh wow, this is good. So we moved it a little bit later for them, so they don't have to be up at 4 a.m. One of them hadn't gone to bed though, so that doesn't really count. They just gone through when they just said, I just thought I wouldn't go to bed because I need to be up in an hour. So yeah, we've got like about 35 singers in that at the moment from 4 continents. And then they're amazing. They absolutely eat through songs. And again, that's always open for anyone. We've got more kind of Leicestershire-based singers and kind of young people, but again, all over the UK and America and Canada and Spain and India and South Africa and all sorts of. Turkey. The other day we had someone from Turkey the other day come along. So yeah, they're a great bunch.
Fantastic. And I bet the guy who didn't go to bed, I bet his vocals had a certain more.
It was a girl, actually. It was a girl, and they were quite bassy that morning. They were definitely on a vocal part down, lower than they normally would be. I mean, I know I sound extra manly in the morning, so it's when I feel good about myself. But once I get into the middle of the day, I sound like this. So such is the way.
Oh my God! Well, I admire their dedication. I mean, I managed to budge up just meeting people for live radio interviews from America or Australia. I've managed to make a complete mess of that. Never mind having to sing, and never mind having a drink before the case. One of the things the
collective had to do was because we had singers, and we realised that I'm not being mean to the Americans and Canadians here, but they're worse at time zones than we are. Because the concept that we're in the future to them, we're at least 5 hours in the future, and they're like, "What? You live in the future?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Doctor Who, me." So we actually had one of our singers had kind of came up with like a website, like an app, which basically we had to include a time zone changer so they could specify their time so they'd actually know their time, because the idea of plussing or minusing 5 hours to the UK time that was given, it just caused so many problems. They're like, am I going forward time, back time? What time am I? Is it what day? Who am I? So yeah, we've had to get like an app on a website so that it tells everybody exactly what time our rehearsals are. So.
The scary thing about me is I had the app and I still managed to make a complete hash of it.
It's okay. We're musicians. We've got other things to focus on.
Yeah, we're allowed to be. The problem is though, after you've made a mistake a few times, people stop wanting to interview you because you've completely wasted the time about 5 times. But, so this next particular one, this is the adult version of the collective that we're going to play next, and this track is called "It's Not the End." Is this by a particular artist, this one?
It's by me, actually. So it's my song. I wrote this song for the collective just at the end of summer. So yeah, I wrote this on Father's Day, So yeah, I wrote on Father's Day, kind of in memory of my dad who passed away a couple of years ago. So and yeah, kind of not just about that, but again about kind of the collective in general and kind of COVID and life and stuff in general. So yeah, it was one of my. I don't write songs very often, but it was one that I wrote at the time because it felt like the right thing to do.
Well, it's a very lovely song, and we're going to give that a play now. We are live, local and loud. I'm here with Simon from the collective choir today, also of the Simpletones. So you've missed playing with the Simpletones this past year. Obviously, are you guys still?
Yeah, we're still doing stuff. We've kind of our baritone, who was also our beatboxer, Nick, went off up to Leeds to do a music degree, film music degree, which he did very well in. And again, he's back down. So he came back down just a bit before lockdown kind of hit, annoyingly, because we had like grand plans, as you always do as a musician. You're like, we've got grand plans for the future. So no, but he's back. So we've kind of still done some stuff, and we were rehearsing weekly again before kind of pandemic hit. But yeah, we've done some virtual stuff over Christmas. We had a Christmas concert the collective did actually, and we Simpletones did a couple of songs, virtual songs for that. So we're still doing stuff, and we're still 10 years now. We've Simpletones been going. So we've not left the scene, so to speak. We'll be back as soon as we can sing in people's faces. Some a cappella magic. We'll be back doing the old classics and adding some new stuff to it. So yeah.
Well, your material is obviously on YouTube and everything to check out. So I've got
there's no
got the ambulance or police sirens coming past. So
hopefully it's not.
They obviously like the idea of that one. Checking it out. So you've got a new. Obviously, I mentioned earlier your anniversary concerts. Well, you've had some with the previous performances that you've had in the past. You've had some quite big ones, haven't you? Like you played Summer Sunday, Leicester Fringe Festival, and I also spotted that you played the King Power Stadium as well to the Leicester management. Was that right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, that was that was good fun. Yeah, it was a Christmas thing. We ended up doing outside to the supporters at Leicester City, and then we ended up being kind of taken through singing to some kind of paying guests, and then they kind of took us up to a main room. We kind of walked through, and then it was like. It's like chairman and the management board and whatever, and some players in like some fancy lounge. We kind of ended up singing some random barbershop.
They got their money's worth from you that day, didn't they?
Oh, definitely.
Was Shy at that one? Was he?
It was. Him and his son were there, and I think his son ended up filming us for a little bit on his phone. So not sure what happened with that, but it was filming on his phone. They did look mildly interested and amused by this strange a cappella quartet singing random songs for them. But yeah, we were lucky to do, I think, the last Summer Sunday where we did Simon Says on the outside stage, and I think we've done Leicester Christmas Lights 4 or 5 times now. So yeah, we've been really fortunate. We've got loads of support from lots of people in Leicester and Leicestershire to do all sorts of bits and bobs and festivals and things that you wouldn't normally imagine an a cappella quartet would get the chances to do. But we've been really, really fortunate, and to have loads of really memorable Strawberry Fields Festival, I think, as well. That was a good one. So we've had lots of really good performances and done lots of stuff. So we're looking forward to continuing it. We're not gone yet.
I bet you're missing that live performance big time at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, massively. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing about Simpletones, is always the live performance and that kind of audience interaction, that kind of little bit of banter with an audience, and kind of, especially like if you've got a late slot, like a 10 p.m. slot in like the Musician or like, you know, or something like that, or kind of or wherever it might be, and you kind of get in there, you've got those little hecklers and you need to win them over, you know, especially when you come on stage after a rock band and it's like the Simpletones and a cappella quartet, and it's like, especially when people call us a barbershop quartet and people are just like slow hand clap as you walk on stage, you're like, we've got some work to do here, boys. These people don't know who we are. So we go off and give them an a cappella version of Toto's Africa, followed by the Circle of Life, and we normally get them by the end. We normally get them.
They're the best kind of shows sometimes, aren't they, those ones?
Definitely.
Well, if anybody wants to check out the Collective Choirs live stream at the moment, I've got to get this right, because we were speaking before we came on that I did not want to mispronounce this particular YouTube channel. If anybody wants to check it out, it's Saturday the 17th of April for the Collective Choirs 1 year anniversary virtual concert. It's on the Mr. Lub Music YouTube channel.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to join us, we're still able to take singers. So if you want to join us, just check out the Collective Virtual Choir on Facebook, and you can join. It's all free. Just come along, have a sing, and see if you enjoy it. And you could even be on that 1 year show. So we're still doing stuff at the moment for that. So it should be fun.
Fantastic. Well, get in there while you can, everybody. Anyway, and tune in or join in or whatever the case may be. That's what it's all about. And I thank you very much for joining me this evening, Simon. You have a lovely evening.
Thanks very much, Lee. Great to talk to you. Take care.
My absolute pleasure.
That was Lee from Prime UK Band chatting to Simon from the Simpletones and the Virtual Choir. Pleased to hear that. Sounds like the Simpletones will be coming back, because I've got fond memories of listening to them at various music festivals in and around Leicester. I remember, they usually started off with a sort of semi-empty marquee, and then I think as everybody went past, they think, oh, what's this unusual that sound? It would be fantastic, and before long, it would be absolutely rammed in there. So yeah, great stuff from them. And now we're going to have a brand new song which is going to be released at the end of the month from Comprehend, who I'm going to have on the show next week. He's going to be chatting about himself, the music, and where it came from. Meanwhile, here's Comprehend, I'm Gonna Win.
Since I've been rapping, some people have changed. They don't greet me the same. I started to think it was strange. The darkness was eating my brain. Then I thought, I ain't got time and I ain't got energy to waste on these guys who started off kind then turned to my enemies. This fire inside is burning incredibly. I don't need to refuel for the rest of my life, cause desire is all that I'll ever need. Now I'm calling my destiny. I'll be soaring eventually, yeah. Until that day I'll be working and searching for purpose. What your worth is, all we need's what this earth gives. But we're blinded by surplus, buying absurd shit. When LC won the league against all odds, everybody started supporting. But when they were back on their knees and they lost, those supporters were gone by the morning. That is the same with this rap game. They only care if you're ballin'. Said they'll only stay if you have fame or if people say you're important. But I'm Leicester, winning the league with the odds 5,000 to 1. I will not stop till I no longer breathe, cause I feel like I finally found what I want. Yeah, I know that you're listening to music, but are you really listening to it? If the lyrics they're spitting are stupid, then stay at distance cause it is abusive. You can laugh, you can cry, so long as you feel it inside. You could crash, you could fly, you could do whatever you like. You will pass, there's no try. If you fail, that's a lesson for life. I'm gonna win right now cause I won't wait till I die. You can laugh, you could cry, so long as you feel it inside. You could crash, you could fly, you could do whatever you like. You will pass, there's no try. If you fail, that's a lesson for life. I'm gonna win right now cause I won't wait till I die. I'm feeling free being me. There is nobody else I wanna be. If you saw what I see, 2:45 when I'm bored of my sleep, you'd agree. I don't take nobody's sauce cause I'm cooking with my own recipe. And I know that I'll knock down walls, but I know that I'll grow steadily. There's only real fam in my phone, that's my bloodline. Trying to polish my floors like making wood shine. These others on road with their hood rhymes, while me and my bros having good times. Cause we are not hopeless, we're focused and we are self-driven. Like we don't need chauffeurs. I know that you've noticed my flow is ferocious. I'm colder than snow is when I'm at my lowest. But it's back to the basics. You'll catch a slap if you're racist. And I ain't been rapping for ages, but I know that the magic ain't faded. I'm still gassed when I'm standing on stages, and I'm still jotting down facts in my pages. But I've learned to adapt to the changes, so it feels crap when I'm back on my day shift. Fans tell me I've helped their depression. Me affecting their health is a blessing. And if I can save one person, I can go to this grave unburdened. Music's for myself a confession. I don't use it for wealth as a weapon. Every day from mistakes I'm learning to change the way I'm observing. You can laugh, you could cry, so long as you feel it inside. You could crash, you could fly, you could do whatever you like. You will pass, there's no try. If you fail, that's a lesson for life. I'm gonna win right now cause I won't wait till I die. You can laugh, you could cry, so long as you feel it inside. You could crash, you could fly, you could do whatever you like. You will pass, there's no try. If you fail, that's a lesson for life. I'm gonna win right now cause I won't wait till I die. I started this craft because I thought I was rebelling. Now they listen to me and they gasp, cause they hear that my words are compelling. I don't do it for the cash, but if I make some then it's spreading. And I don't think I would quit rap. If I did, this is how long it would last. Like, you could laugh, you could cry, so long as you feel it inside. You could crash, you could fly, you could do whatever you like. You will pass, there's no try. If you fail, that's a lesson for life. I'm gonna win right now cause I won't wait till I die. You can laugh, you could cry, so long as you feel it inside. You could crash, you could fly, you could do whatever you like. You will pass, there's no try. If you fail, that's a lesson for life. I'm gonna win right now cause I won't wait till I die. Yo, big up everyone supporting me, man. Without you lot, I wouldn't be able to do what I love. Big up everyone supporting me on my journey. You lot are the reason I do this. Peace and love. Comprehend.
There's a little sentimental message there from Comprehend. Don't forget he's coming on this show next week, so better tune in for that. So now we're going to hear a little bit from Tom Marlowe, who's current producer and singer-songwriter. So here's Tom Marlowe, Ghosts.
Caught in a wave and it's holding me down. I see electric blue in the face of you. I close my eyes as it drags me down. I'm seeing something new.
soul. Been shaking and needing to leave from it all. Pushing boundaries that's breaking down wall after wall.
I'm losing my power to break down these walls.
Been losing my character, losing it all. Got me feeling the way like I never before.
Trying to leave my ghosts behind. They are in my room every night. I promise I will make it right.
That was Tom Marlowe and Ghosts. Now I'm going to play a song from The Lids. Yet again, another fantastic band that I love to see live. Last saw them was about a year ago at the Together Festival. I know I'm always going on about the Together Festival, but it was the last festival I went to. And yeah, happy memories. So hopefully won't be too long. They're supposed to be doing another Wide-Eyed Festival. I think it's in February, but I doubt if that will be going ahead. But anyway, meanwhile, here's Lids, The Lids, and Church.
When I sneezed and they bless me where I sit. But next time I think I'll wait outside, waiting for your call. I'll be waiting, I'm always waiting. I'll be waiting, I'll be waiting, always waiting. I'll be waiting, waiting for you. Please hold on to beer, I'll take a sip. You take me for a ride, yeah, we're going for a trip. But the first time I crept inside your mind were the darkest of your days. I'll be waiting, I'm always waiting. I'll be waiting, I'll be waiting, always waiting. I'll be waiting, waiting for you. Waiting for you. I'll be waiting, always waiting. I'll be waiting, waiting for your love. I'll be waiting, always waiting. I'll be waiting, waiting for you.
That was The Lids and Church. Now here's a band who are even madder to see than the Lids live. Here's the People Assembly and Microwave. was the People Assembly and Microwave. Both them and the Lids I last saw at the Together Festival almost exactly a year ago. So that brings us to the end of today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you want to find out more about any of the bands featured in today's show, or want to find out about the Together Festival that I went to about a year ago, we did a really good write-up on that. You could do worse than check out www.musicinleicester.co.uk. Also, Music in Leicester, you'll also find a very handy gig guide. I know there's no actual physical gigs going ahead at the moment, but there's a few live streams and a couple of other bits and bobs, and their dates are in our handy gig guide. So do have a good week, and I'll see you same time, 5 o'clock next Thursday here at Hermitage FM. Stay away from that nasty virus.